All right, hi guys. So this video is to help you with the 1 through 4 on the Desmos. This one's gonna be really quick because I'm not gonna do too much talking, but just a reminder, you had a pre-test yesterday, and then you'll click on this link for the Desmos. When you click on it, the first question says, here's a weather thermometer. 3 of the numbers have been left off, so you'll notice 3 are missing. What numbers go in the boxes? Write directly on the sketch pad. So we have 30, blank, 20, 15, blank, 5, 0, blank, negative 10. So first thing you should notice is that you're going from 0 to 5, so you're adding by 5. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And then so if you're going down, it's 0, negative 5, negative 10, negative 15. So the negative, this little negative sign or subtraction sign, this negative sign just means below. So positive is above 0 or bigger than 0, and then negative just means below. So 0, negative 5 means 5 below 0. So that's kind of what the negative just implies direction. All right, next question says, what temperature does the thermometer show? So the thermometer, we're going to look at the shaded part, which is right here. It wants to know what number that is. So we have 0, negative 1, because remember, positives and negatives are opposites. So if you're at positive, you count up by ones. If you're negative, you just count down by ones. So 0 is our special number that we start at, and then we just count down. So about 1, maybe 2 below. So 2 below 0. That's what the negative means. So start at 0, and then you count down, just like if you start at 0 and you count up. So right here, you'd put negative 2, and it should say excellent. For number 2, it says what temperature is shown on each thermometer. So you're going to look at the shaded spot. So you're looking at what is this number right here. Start at 0, and then you can count up by ones. What's the temperature for thermometer number 2? And you put your answers here. Thermometer 2, be careful. So these are negatives. So what you're going to do is start at 0 and count down by 1. So this one would be 1, 2, 3. And then if it's below, you just put a negative sign. For number 3, you can use decimals. So we start at 0. We're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then this is about halfway to 6. So maybe like 5.5. You could put 5.5. And then number 4, this one was kind of a tricky one. So this is not negative. You don't go 5, 6, 7, 8.5. That's not how it works. The negative side, you don't count up, you count down. So you're going to start at 0. You're going to go 1, and this is about a half. So this is 1.5, and if it's below, you put a negative sign. So be careful with the negatives. You don't count up, you count starting at 0, and you count down by ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So just be careful with that. So you'll put your answers here, and when you get them all correct, you'll have a green check mark. For number 3, it says which thermometer shows the highest temperature. So which one of these has the highest temperature? Or the highest temperature means the shaded part is the highest. And which thermometer shows the lowest temperature? Which one is shaded the lowest? So notice that, so a good observation to make, since our learning target is to learn about positive and negative numbers and their distances. If I start at 0, the further up I go, or the further I go to the positive numbers, the bigger I get. And we know that because 10 is bigger than 5. So if I start at 0, the further up I go through the positive numbers, the bigger I get. And since negative numbers are opposite, the further down I go, the smaller the number gets. So the further I go on the positive side, the bigger I get. The further I go down on the negative side, the smaller I get. So negative 5 is smaller than negative 1. So they're opposites. So up is bigger, down is smaller. So negative 5 would be smaller than negative 3. So opposites. So you'll pick which one's the highest, which one's the lowest. And then the last one we did today, it says, suppose the temperature outside is -4 degrees. Is that number colder or warmer than the coldest temperature shown? Well, first we have to identify which one was the coldest temperature shown. So looking at the thermometers, the coldest would be the lowest, which is number 2. And so number 2 is at this spot right here. So that's 1, 2, 3. That's -3 because we start at 0 and we count down. And so -4 would be right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So this would be -4. And if this one's at -3, it means -4 is actually colder because it's lower. So -4 is actually colder because it's lower than -3. So it actually be colder. So good observation to make is that the further down you go, the colder or smaller you are. So you would pick, and then it says, how do you know? So you know that -4 is lower on the thermometer than this -3 right here. So lower or smaller means coldest. So you got to type Y. And make sure you're using a complete sentence. This is where we're going to stop today. We'll finish the rest tomorrow. Do not turn it in yet because it's not due until tomorrow when we finish the rest. All right.